All right, in the last video, we actually ended up ending on the idea of this descending order. So we want our polynomials to always be in descending order, which means we want our exponents to go from largest to smallest. And the reason why, eventually, what we're going to be doing with this is we're going to be factoring. And it's very helpful when we have everything in order, or long division of polynomials, same idea. But what we want is everything to be in descending order. Before we get into descending order, we need to talk a little bit about our exponents. All right. So if I have an exponent n, okay, I'm just using n for today. What is my exponent on something like this? All right, we don't see one. And so what we do is we know that that exponent is 1, which means n gets multiplied by itself one time. In other words, it's just itself. But there's this invisible one we don't talk about and we don't show. However, if there was 2 n's, we'd have n squared, etc. Another idea we need to remember is this idea of a zero exponent. All right. Try to think about what you would want that to be. But any variable to the 0 power is 1. Which means if I have the number 5 by itself, secretly that number 5 has an exponent, a 0 next to it. We just don't write it. Because if n to the 0 is 1, then 5 times 1 is just 5. So it doesn't help us in any way. However, it is helpful when we're going ahead and putting polynomials in descending order, because although we're not dealing with them right at the moment, there is such thing as negative exponents. And so between positive and negative on the number line, we have a 0, which is where this whole idea comes from. This is the separator between our positive exponents and our negative exponents, which we're really not dealing with right now. But just so you have an idea of why this exists. Which means anything to the 0 power is 1. So smiley face to the 0 power is 1. And I've actually put that on a test before. All right. Heart to the 0 power is 1. All right, so you get the idea. So what we want to do is when we're thinking of polynomials, really what we're thinking is the number is missing the exponent visually, but really it does have an exponent. It's just not really part of what we're talking about right this moment. All right. So if I have, I don't know, keeping it really simple here. All right, I have this polynomial. This is a polynomial with 4 terms, so it's just a polynomial. And I want to reorder it in descending order, which means I need to look for my largest exponent, which in this case is 4. And all I'm redoing is reordering this. All right. So how I like to do this is I say, okay, my highest exponent is 4. So I have x to the 4. First, when I have a lot of terms, I just cross it out. Okay, and I don't deal with it and I don't look at it again. My next highest exponent is 3. Now there's nothing in front of this, so we assume this x to the 3rd is positive, which means we need to put a plus here and x to the 3rd. And I'm going to cross that out. Looking, I have an x squared, or x to the 2nd power. It also has a plus in front of it, so plus x squared. Crossing that out, all that's left is my 1, and it's a negative. It's a minus 1, so minus 1. So this is a polynomial of degree 4 in descending order. All right. So if I go ahead and look at this, all right, what I want you to do is first of all, combine any like terms as needed. Write it in descending order. Go ahead and tell me the degree and what type of polynomial it is. Now, I encourage you to pause the video. Go ahead and try it before I go ahead and work it out for you. So go ahead, hit pause now. Try it, and I'll see you on the other end. All right, so as I'm looking at this polynomial, I see that my highest exponent is 3, so I know this has a degree of 3. Okay, so I don't have to worry about degree anymore. It has 4 terms, so it's just a polynomial. I'm looking at it, all my exponents are different. I have an x to the third, 5x squared, a 6x, and a 1, or 1x to the 0. So I can't combine any terms, so all I need to do is reorder it and get it in descending order. My highest exponent is 3, so my x to the third goes first. My next one is 5x squared. There's nothing in front of it, so it's a plus 5x squared. I have my minus 6x and minus 1. So I've already completed my degrees 3. It's a polynomial, 4 terms, and I got them in descending order. All right, here's another one for you to try. That's a squared. What I want you to do, I want to make that look a little better. Okay. What I want you to do is the same again. I want you to combine like terms if needed. Put it in descending order. Tell me what the degree is and name the type of polynomial it is. And again, pause this video and then try it, work it out, and then play again and see what the answers are. Okay, so I do have some terms I can combine. I have a negative x squared and a 5x squared. Those also happen to be my 2 highest exponents. And so my degree is 2. So I need to go ahead and combine those. So this is like saying I have a negative 1x squared. So a negative 1 plus 5 is going to give me a 4x squared. And because that's my largest, I'm going to put it in front. I'm going to cross both those items out. My next exponent is the 6x. There's only one of them, so I'm just going to put it in there. So plus 6x. I'm going to cross that out. And then I have negative 9 plus 3 in the middle. And I can actually go ahead and perform that math. And so I end up with minus 6. All right. So this is a polynomial of degree 2, but it is in the end a trinomial, which it didn't look like it at the beginning because I had all these different terms. But once I combined them, my trinomial became apparent. I only have 3 different terms. All right. So I will see you in the next video.